This episode brought to you by Trades Paige, empowering the youth as the next generation of skilled trade workers. Learn more at alltradespage.com. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining Did You Know, the ESCO HVAC podcast. So you all know how much of an advocate we are here at ESCO for the trades and the expansion of the trades and showing not just our industry, but the world, the opportunities within the trades. And so we've been trying to invest more time in things like Skills USA and different competitions and high school programs and even middle school programs, trying to help show what we do in a different light. Because I know myself, I would have loved to have known more about the trades when I was in school, because I didn't find it until later in life. And so we really want to promote our advocates of the trade. And so today we have like one of the funnest advocates in the industry. How are you doing?
I am so good. Thank you so much for having me and calling me the funnest. Thank you.
Well, I don't know if you've seen any of the things that I do. So like when I go to trade shows and conferences, I am like the goofiest guy you've ever seen. I
Yeah.
show up in like mad scientist costumes. I have like a costume for every conference that I go to. And it was supposed to be like this goofy thing. Like I got like gold sequin suits and everything.
I love that.
Yeah. And so I show up and like I did it a couple of times just kind of like for fun. And then everyone is now like, what are you wearing next? And so like I'm going through your videos and I'm like, she's got the polka dotted going on. She's got the great glasses. I'm so glad you wore the glasses today because that like fits right in.
Thank you.
And so what you represent is really the heart of the trades, right? It's showing that we have to be more open to think about trades, not just as our individuals, but especially as parents who are looking at careers. One of the things that you mentioned in one of your videos, and I think it should be the name of this podcast, is there's no gender to a job, right?
Yeah.
So if you think about any job, like if it's an IT job, does it matter what color or gender a person is sitting next to their coworker?
Right. Or age. If you have a skill, you have a skill.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so in our trade, I keep saying like our trade has this stigma of being middle-aged white guys.
Yeah.
Right? And it's a shame because that's not it. Because I can tell you for a fact, I can remember the very first time that I encountered a female welder. And I was young into the trade. I was in my early 20s and I was at this job site and they were talking about this gal, Jane, that was this welder. And, I had just freshly came out of some welding classes. Boy, I just thought I was just this young muffin, right? Until I learned what it really was. And this gal, she was good. Like she was so good, every guy was jealous.
Right.
So it made me kind of rethink the trades. And that was probably 25 years ago. And so now we have this wonderful, like, blossoming within our industry where it's now becoming more acceptable for everyone to look at the trades. And it's a beautiful thing. And so I would love for you to share. I mean, I've watched your videos. I love the story. Maybe you could share a little bit about your journey, and then we can talk about like the things that you're doing in the industry.
Sure. Yeah. So my journey started really kind of early. My parents owned rental properties, so I got used to working with my hands. And I thought I should go to tech school to learn more of these skills so we don't have to hire so many people because it adds up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought, let me just go learn these skills and I can help out at the houses. Little did I know that it would take me down this completely different path that I absolutely love. So I went to tech school for plumbing. I was basically top of my class in that entire school, which had 7 sending schools. So it was kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
I competed in the plumbing competition my junior and senior year in Skills USA. Yeah. And then when I graduated, it was 2020. So everything just kind of like all stopped at once. I didn't get to graduate. I didn't get to go to nationals for Skills USA, which killed me inside. but I tried to find an opportunity from it. So I started sharing my story online and trying to be an inspiration and an advocate for the younger generation, to tell them that it's okay to get into it, because I was told by my guidance counselors that it was a bad idea. And I don't think
Exactly.
any kid should hear that ever.
No,
They should be
no.
supported.
If you love it, you should try it.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I started writing books. I have a Plumber Paige book series
Oh,
out on
love it.
Amazon, and that was
Yes.
what I did during COVID. Thank you.
Love it. And like your third one getting ready to come out now.
Fourth. Yeah. So I
Four.
have 3 Plumber Paige books, and I'm coming out with a 4th book. And instead of it being Plumber Paige, it's a
Yeah.
new character, HVAC Ava. And
Oh my goodness. Look
Yeah.
at you.
Yeah. Thank
Okay.
you.
So we'll have to connect after this, because I'd love to make these available on our channel, on our site
Yeah.
as well, because that's super cool.
Awesome. Thank you. I would love that.
You know, one of the things that you had mentioned in one of your videos was that your mom had actually mentioned to you that, in plumbing, you're actually going to encounter poo, right? It's not the cleanest job in the world.
Right.
And I feel the exact same way, because, I've been in HVAC, I've been in plumbing, electrical, and I've been in some pretty, nasty places. But at the same time, I've been in some amazing places.
Right.
And I always relate the trades to, we're kind of, it's my own personal opinion, but I think people in the trades have servant hearts.
Yeah.
We do what we do because we love serving people. We love helping
Right.
people, and we love doing things that makes a difference in the world. Do you
Yeah.
get that same rush out of that?
Yes, exactly that. And like seeing that, I always say I'm the superhero.
Yeah.
Seeing something not work and then it work again, and the joy that it brings the customers, nothing compares to that.
No. One of the things, I was watching one of your videos, and I so wish they would have like put in some B-roll, because one of the things that you mentioned was, a lot of people are surprised when a young lady shows up to fix their
Yeah.
things at home, especially the older men. And I realized, like, I wish there's some B-roll of some guy going.
So confused. I know. It happens way too often. And there's
Yeah.
like, now friends recommend me to other people. And
Yep.
so they're like a couple years older than me, men who are buying their houses for the first time. And they're kind of ashamed already that they don't know that stuff. And then when a younger girl comes in, it's just like, oh gosh, like what did I do with my life?
Oh, that has to be so empowering.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't like to make people feel like bad about
No,
themselves. I
no.
try to encourage them and like teach them, like,
Yep.
this is just the path that I chose. I'm blessed, I'm lucky, and now you can learn.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that personal empowerment of not just doing something, but doing something that makes a difference in the world and
Yeah.
in people's lives around you. There's just nothing like that. And too many people are not exposed to that. I think that's
Mhm.
really the lack of new talent in the trades, is that people just aren't exposed to that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and when you think about it, AI is going to take over all of these other
A
jobs
lot.
anyway.
You
So
bet.
all of us that do experience that, we already get it. We're already doing it. And then the
Yeah.
people who haven't experienced that yet, they're in for a rude awakening, but hopefully a good one.
I agree. And I'm a parent, and I've got a range of ages of children that are both intellectual and in the mechanical side.
Mhm.
And so we have two girls kind of at home. One's getting ready to be a junior in college, one is a senior in high school, and they're kind of tossed. Like, the one in college enjoys college. The one in high school doesn't want to go to college,
Oh yeah.
wants to do more, like wants to make a difference in the world, is very much into the cooking, baking side of
Mhm.
trades, but making things, right? And
Right.
the arts and crafts. And it's so encouraging to see that there's been this shift, because another thing you mentioned was in school, some of the counselors kind of looked at the trades as like something you didn't want to do, that you
Mhm.
shouldn't be interested in.
Option
Eh,
B. Yeah.
Option B. And it's been that way for a long time, but I'm starting to feel a change. And people like yourself are the proof of that change, right?
Right.
That
Yeah.
shift.
Yeah, I mean, that's been the whole goal. You see a lot more organizations and initiatives now pushing to close that skills gap and make it more accessible. And appreciated to go into the trades, no matter what field. I was recommended to go to culinary or cosmetology or
Hmm.
something, and that's okay because a lot of people do that, and that's
Hmm.
still very rewarding. But construction is also an option. So just talking
Yeah.
about it, making it available, like those
Yeah.
initiatives, I'm glad to see that it's finally making a difference, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I am too, because there was a period of time, especially through the the 90s and early 2000s, a lot of schools got away from the hands-on learning. They got away
Yep.
from shop classes and automotive classes and
Right.
like I had electrical troubleshooting classes in high school in the early 90s,
That's
and
cool.
it all went away.
Right.
But
Yeah.
we're starting to see that more. So tell me about the programs that you had available for you.
Mhm. So we had a tech school that you would go to half the day. So you would do half day academics at your home school, and then they would
Hmm.
bus you to the tech school. And that's
Yep.
where I went into the plumbing lab. I started doing rotation. So I did electrical, HVAC, and plumbing, but I ultimately ended up choosing plumbing. After graduating, there's a community college that shares a parking lot with the tech school
Oh,
that has
cool.
construction management and HVAC. So I took both of those classes and I got 2 associate degrees in that. I also never saw
Wow.
myself on a college path, but because
Right.
these options were available to me, that's what I pursued. But the
Yeah.
our tech school that I went to is one of the biggest in I think it's the biggest in Pennsylvania or the second
Hmm.
largest or something. So, yeah, I've just been very
Nice.
lucky with how my path has worked out.
Yeah. Well, it opens up opportunities.
Mhm.
And that's the thing about the trades. Like if you're going to pick a path for college, most of our counselors are doing assessments for you, helping guide you into like this path.
Right.
And you're going to go down this path and it's going to limit your access to other careers. And the cool thing about the trades, I like to explain it like it's this great big beautiful tree, and it
Mhm.
has all these leaves and branches and it flowers. And if you're on a limb and you don't like that limb, you can go to any of the others,
Yeah.
right? It's like so many of them come together. So you'd mentioned that you're doing HVAC, electrical, plumbing, all in high school to kind of expose you to that.
Mhm.
And then when you find those things, you can go this route. And
Right.
I know when you first started doing this, because plumbing was the choice, it started out as a brand for you, Plumber
Mhm.
Paige, because everyone's like, this is a cool young gal that's in plumbing. And her name's
Yeah.
Paige. We're gonna call her Plumber Paige, right? And so it became this entity for you. But now, as you're developing these skills,
Mhm.
your brand is actually developing.
Yeah.
And so you're going to be having a whole new brand
Mhm.
for yourself. Tell me a little bit about this evolution.
Yeah. So it's a very new evolution, but
Mhm.
also at the same time, it's been existing for a
The
really
whole
long
time.
time already, you know?
Yeah.
So I started in plumbing, but even at I think 15 years old, I was part of a construction camp for girls where I learned every aspect of the construction industry.
Wow.
I built walls, I did tiling, masonry, I did all of it. Like literally anything you can think of, I think I have tried it all. So
Nice.
I've been all trades page since I was 15. Right? But now I'm finally changing the name, creating a brand, evolving the characters, creating HVAC Ava. I have a lot of the knowledge already. I'm just finally transitioning that brand to expose more people to more trades rather than just plumbing. And it makes more sense. Plumber page fits because it sounds cool, but all trades
Yeah.
page makes more sense.
Oh yeah, all trades page is like that's your career. But
Yeah,
because it just opens up like what trade is next, right? You
right.
master one and you move to the other. That's the great thing about the trades is that they
Yeah.
are so intertwined. Like here
Yeah.
in my state of Indiana, there is no HVAC license.
Hmm.
So at one point in my career, I'm like, man, I'd like to do something besides HVAC and some of the refrigeration. Maybe I'd like to do controls. And so I went back to school. I got a master electrician license and it's like, oh, well, there's a whole nother world of opportunity just because I went to another trade. And now it's you're just like you were mentioning, like how you had two associate's degrees, right?
Hmm.
It's like you can get good at one thing and you can get good at another thing, and combined, they
Right.
just open up all these new
Yeah,
opportunities.
exactly. Yep. I never saw myself doing any of this, and I thought
Hmm.
when I finally chose plumbing, I thought I would be a master plumber for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I'm not a master plumber, but here I am, a jack of all trades.
Yeah. Oh, that's really a big part of the trades is that you master so many different things, like even just about the home, right?
Hmm.
Think about how many people your age don't understand
Yeah.
any of the mechanics of a home. Like you said, just purchasing a new home, you could have someone go into a new home and go, okay, wonder what the mechanics of this thing are like,
Right. It's
right?
so surprising how much people don't know. Like, it feels like common knowledge because our household just it's often talked about, but
Yeah.
so many people don't even know, like, how water gets into their home, how it stays a consistent temperature. Like, what are you talking about? It blows my mind.
Yeah, yeah, and when it breaks, like, what's my first
Yeah.
steps? Do I even
Yeah.
know, like, where shutoff valves are, and, how does this thing work? And so the things that it exposes us to, not only does it build a career, but it allows you to be a part of your own environment. Like, you can work and
Involved with it.
fix.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, and you really get to know it well, and so it
Right.
gives you the opportunity to fix, but also to predict and to advise people when they have their
Mhm.
own problems. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, that's what my books and my content is kind of focused on. The
mhm,
books are how to fix things, like,
yeah.
so kids
Shower
can do it,
head,
right? But
leaky
adults
toilet.
need it too. Yeah, like,
Yeah,
and then they can work together, understand a little bit more about how their house works, get
yeah.
kids touching tools. It's great for the entire family to create those conversations really early before they're told that it's a bad option in high school.
Even here at the ESCO Institute, right? And I know
Mhm.
you've got some ESCO certifications
Yeah, I
yourself, right
do.
from us.
Yeah, I got my 608 and A2L, lots of, HVAC excellence things,
Mhm,
so
fantastic. When we're putting together curriculum, what our goal is to take some of the more advanced things that are in the industry, but make it digestible to an elementary student, right?
Mhm,
And so that's really what you're doing. You're taking these things that even every homeowner should know, but they don't, and you're
yeah.
explaining that to a child, but yet it's actually you're explaining it to all of us in
Yeah,
a way that we can understand.
right. Yeah,
All
that's
right,
the
we're gonna
goal at least.
It is.
Yeah.
We're going to have to adopt these books because our president, Howard Weiss, he keeps going. We got to make some like children's book for HVAC. We got to make some children's book. I was like, no, we just got to find the right ones. That's what we
Let's
got to
just
do.
make one together.
I'm really digging this, and I've even been doing like comic book flip books for a lot of like refrigerants and stuff because
That's awesome.
it's the way you present it, and
Right.
so no, I'm just going to keep adopting yours. That's what I'm going to
Cool. I love it.
do. So tell us, like, where can we find information on what you're doing?
Yeah. So All Trades Page will be the new website. Currently
Mhm.
it's Plumber Page, but it should redirect to that one.
Yep.
And that will have hopefully every single project that I'm involved in. I create content, I speak at schools, events, organizations. I try to show up to trade shows. I create books. I also still work in the HVAC industry. I'm a commercial service like apprentice.
Yes.
So I do a lot of things, but if you want to
Yeah.
follow me, just look up All Trades Page and you should find it somewhere online.
Yeah. And what about social media?
Yeah. Right now it's all Plumber Page, but that also will be changing to All Trades Page on every platform.
Everything.
Mhm.
Fantastic. All right. So we're evolving. We're moving into all trades page. What's next?
I hate that question. I
I
hate the
haven't
worst
found it
from
yet.
the it's terrifying. I
Yeah.
never know what my next step is. I just do
But
it.
yep. When it approaches, you
Right,
follow. Yeah.
right. And so, like, I've been doing a lot of electrical work. I've been
Hmm.
connecting with a lot of roofers. So maybe that's next. Maybe I'm going to become a teacher. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Oh
I
yeah, you
have
will.
no idea.
No, it's definitely in the horizon. Yeah, because giving back is one of the most important. Like once we learn the information, it's like this progression where we're afraid to learn, then we finally learn, and then we get excited, and then we do that, and then at some point we're ready to share. And so
Right.
you're already into the sharing. So you've evolved very quickly into what we do as professionals, and I'm so proud of you, and I'm just excited the way that you're sharing your stories. So I've also seen some of the videos are actually represented and sponsored by 3M. And
Yeah.
so there's some really cool videos. So not just the ones that you've done, like what series have those videos been a part of?
So I was part of a docu-series that we premiered at the Sundance Film Festival. It was sponsored by 3M. It's called Skilled. It was 3 or 4 years ago now. I
Mhm.
was one of 4 skilled trades professionals that they talked about, and it was a really cool story.
Mhm.
I definitely highly recommend everyone go check it out. Not only my story, but everyone that was shown in that documentary. It's really inspiring and exactly what we need for the industry to keep growing and encouraging.
I agree. Paige Knowles, I am so glad that you joined us today. I look forward to some more conversations going forward. And you can find Paige at alltradespage.com. I encourage you all to check it out and stay motivated.